So, good morning and welcome back. Another beautiful sunny day here in Tuscany, and a slightly different video today. A friend of mine who's an estate agent in Pontremoli, Elena, has agreed to take us round a couple of houses and apartments just to see what you can get for how much money here. So something in the village on the other side there, behind us on the other side of the valley, something down in town. Just to, so that you get a feel of what doer-uppers are costing at the moment, and what ready-to-live in apartments are costing at the moment. So hopefully this is interesting for you. I think it's very interesting. This is still the last sort of not very touristy little corner of Tuscany, and there are still some bargains out there. So let's go and see what she has prepared. So it's an apartment in this building here. Lovely door. Okay, well, a kitchen. This apartment's ready to live in. Central heating. It has a little balcony that we saw as we came in. In Little Village, there's a bar about 200 meters up the road there. There's a private garden, which I'll show you in a minute. But so, it's a Formica kitchen, but the tiles are pretty clean. It's got super high ceilings. I don't know if you can see that, but this is door height at 240, so the ceiling height's a good 350. Which is lovely. First bedroom, huge cupboard. Second bedroom, which is about the same, littleish window, but radiators everywhere, which is not something you see every day. A utility room. This is the hot water boiler, presumably for the radiators as well, and that's gas. A little bathroom, bath, loo, sink, and of course the obligatory bidet and a window. So it's not huge. We'll get the stats now from Elena, and then I'll tell you what this would set you back in the asking price. So the apartment's 63 square meters. On the floor, and then it has 970 square meters of private garden, which I'll show you in a minute. We have a private cellar as well, and the little balcony out front. And this would set you back 150,000 euros. Is that right? No, correction to that. This would set you back 79,000 euros, asking price, including all fees for the agency, but not including the notaire fees. So with the notaire fees, you'd probably add another 5,000 or 6,000 euros on top of that. But obviously, as always, there is a little bit of room for negotiation. So that is a 2-bedroom apartment for the price of a mid-range Mercedes today, which you can come and live in immediately. So Elena has just pointed out this up here, which is a flue to plug in a wood burner. So you could put a wood burning chimney or a pellet burner in here as well if you wanted to. But it has gas-fired working central heating, and, well, even room for a dishwasher, it looks like. So everything is here. It's not charming, but it has a nice high ceiling. I think if you painted it and put a nice kitchen in, you could make something nice here in that little terrace. And obviously having a huge, which we're going to see now, private garden, as everywhere, marble stairs. There are 6 apartments in the building. I'm going to head down and have a look in the cellar now. That's ceiling. Well, that's pretty big as well, and a collection of of lights. So insulated, that's presumably for the apartment above. This would almost make a home office, and view out onto the to the bit of garden. So as Elena's just explained, we're directly underneath the kitchen here. So you could in fact put in some sort of staircase, or because the kitchen's huge, unnecessarily huge, and have this, use this as an office or as an additional room. But it's there's certainly nothing wrong with it. I can't see any damp or anything. So that's always a bonus, which makes this actually starting to look like a bit of a bargain with almost 1,000 square meters of land. And this is in, this Casa Corvi is the name of the village, and that touches Pontremoli. So you can walk from here to the market if you want to, and it would take you about 10 minutes. So that's pretty good. Yeah, let's go and have a look at the garden. And if you can see the fence line down there, the fence line over there, all the way around that building, up along that hedge, and then back down to the road, is all private garden exclusively for this apartment. This isn't shared with anyone else in the building. These lovely big trees, but you could park your car here and have a barbecue and build an above ground pool quite happily there. So that's a lot of land for here for that amount of money, and it's flat, which is pretty rare too. That looks like it might have been an old loo. Yeah, that's brilliant. So that's the building. It's a lovely building. The roof looks good. It looks like it was painted and plastered not too long ago. So I don't think there'll be any big unexpected costs coming up. But the garden goes all the way up to the road. In fact, you could probably, it's not a very busy road, you've heard the cars going past, you could probably put a gate here and drive straight in off the road if you wanted to. And the bar, I don't know, you can see there's there's my car, and it's 2 cars behind. There's a bar there. And if you go straight down this road, right to the end, you get to the main square in Pontremoli. So you can see how far away that is. That's not very far at all. And in fact, the Italian singer Succo lives in Casa Corvi. So there we go. That's the first property that we're looking at today. 79,000 euros. It's on the website. I'll put the link in below, and send your emails to Elena if you want to find out more. So, well, you should all recognize this. This is the cathedral here in Pontremoli. So we're on the Piazza di Duomo, and there is another piazza just over there. So this is right smack bang in the middle of town. The parking is here, and you can pretty much always find a parking space. August is a bit difficult, as are Wednesdays and Saturdays for the market. But there's Cafe Svizzera behind me with the blue awning, and the apartment we're going to go and look at is here in this building. So without further ado, let's go and have a look. There's in fact this delightful restaurant here which I have had lunch at before. It's an amazing staircase. So there are the light's not very good here at the moment. There's this light bulb seems to have gone, one down there working. So you've got 2 entrances into the apartment. We'll turn on the lights as we come in. It's a very old door, very old apartment. Okay, so if I was talking about high ceilings in the last apartment, this is a whole different sort of high ceiling, and it's a painted ceiling. So they've run the electric wire there for the light. It has this beautiful floor as well. It's pretty dirty if you look at the windows. So this has been empty for a while now, but it has shutters. It's very pretty. This is painted straight on the walls. This isn't wallpaper. Here we have what I presume to be a bedroom, which feels like a funny shape because it's almost higher than it is wide. Some frolickers on the ceiling, and it's not a bad view, let's face it. So this is, time capsule. What a beautiful apartment. Fireplace, marble fireplace. I would imagine the electricity would need redoing. I mean, there is quite a lot that needs redoing here. This huge bedroom. This is huge, and more painted ceilings. So, this huge bed. Look at the nightstand. This is a museum here. If you could just restore everything perfectly and put it back as it was, you'd be immediately transported back a couple of hundred years. And this comes out onto the little passageway that goes to the bridge that is the namesake of the village. So again, good clean of the windows, but it's got these nice internal and external shutters. And I would imagine that everything that's in here would stay in here even when it was sold. This is the bathroom. The electricity's off here, so I can't turn on the lights. So obviously this needs a lot of doing, but it has got mains drains. The tiles are quite nice, but the loo would need sorting out, as with the bathtub. But it's, you can see that there was something else here. That's an old wall, and there's a groin there. But it's got all of the original doors. This is quite close. I would say this is the kitchen now. Huge windows. So again, other than this wonderful marble sink, I think everything else would need to be updated. But this is about as close as I've seen in a long time to the house that we bought, because it hasn't been messed about with. It's got floors that are, a good couple of hundred years old. Nothing was done in the 1980s or the 1970s, which was the time where nostalgia went out of the window and everything was just covered with cement. And the plaster looks good. I haven't seen any done. This is, it's beautiful. But there's a flue up there as well for some sort of chimney. And look how thick this wall is. That's crazy. But this might not be. So you might get away with knocking this through, making something bigger and putting the bathroom elsewhere, or putting the bathroom here and putting the kitchen elsewhere. I have one of these too. Seem to find the same thing in every house here. Yeah, we're on a very similar time span. This is the bit of newspaper that was lying here, and that's 1997. So that's probably about when this was last lived in. Well, the marble table's nice as well. I hadn't noticed that. Lots of marble everywhere, obviously. Right, let's keep going. We're not there yet. So here we have like a small lish room with a lot of interesting vaulted bits on the ceiling. But this is sort of a passage room, so it goes into this room here, which is like a second kitchen, and in fact is the second entrance off the hallway. So if you wanted to make a home office, this would probably be ideal, because it has its own front door. And in fact, it looks like it had many front doors at various times. But there's water here. This is gas. This is a gas meter. It's a new gas meter. So it has gas for main central heating, obviously. And this goes off into the little alleyway. So it'll be nice and cool in summer. But again, you know, we're looking at, I'm 194 outstretched arm 250. We go up and up and up and up, and there's a good 2 meters above. So these are 4.5 meter high ceilings. This is huge. And again, the lovely floors all the way through, and they're in excellent condition. In fact, pretty much everything. There are a few paint cracks and there's some paint peeling there, but in fact you can see the stone underneath. It might be worth bringing out in stone. And then here we have another bedroom, a huge dresser. And this one's quite light. We have another washstand and built-in cupboards, no less. And out here onto the little square. There's a lovely, in fact, if you were looking for it, there's a lovely sort of retro furniture store there, Bovistando, where you could pick up everything else you would want for here and sell everything that's in here. This room doesn't have painted ceilings, but it does have still a lovely, lovely shape to it. All of the ceilings are vaulted for the first floor. So there's a lot of stone. Let's see if we can find out a little bit more about when it was built. So somewhere between 1400 and 1500 this would have been built, and then probably modified with various internal walls. But most of the walls are at least, 80, 90 centimeters thick. And beautiful. This is a beautiful apartment. And it is, let me see. Okay, so after a little update from Elena, it's 146 square meters, so it's huge. And the asking price at the moment is 150,000 euros. It was reduced. I think they had quite an unrealistic initial asking price, but now at 150,000 euros, there's probably still some margin of negotiation in that, as there always is. But this is a big, very old, very original apartment. I wouldn't say it's livable in immediately, but I think if you did a little bit of bathroom and a little bit of kitchen, you'd be able to move in here quite quickly, provisionally, and then do it up over time. But what is certain is that more and more tourists and more people are coming to Pontremoli, and that the prices are going up. So this is probably not a bad investment. The detailing is lovely. This gold and green. Green seems to be the day today. And everywhere you look, this here is the cathedral. You couldn't get any closer, really. And its plaster's falling off too. And then there's the added bonus of this excellent restaurant downstairs on the ground floor. You could probably get a regular table. So I like this a lot. And if I didn't have a 10-year project, this would be exactly the sort of thing I'd be interested in. This is a museum, and I love museums. So I'll put the link down at the bottom to this. This is in the old town of Pontremoli, and it's 150,000 euros asking price. So on top of everything else, the roof was redone on the whole building about 5 or 6 years ago, as was the plasterwork outside. And, wait for it, there's a roof terrace on top of this that is for use by the 6 apartments. So there are basically just 6 apartments in the whole building and the restaurant downstairs. So we'll go and have a look at that terrace in a minute. And I think it's probably pretty spectacular from the views. I don't imagine people using it very much but we shall find out. I have to close up the shutters now, but yeah, this is like a little time capsule. Wow. So there you can see the new-ish roof, the cathedral, the square, the hills, everything. And this, well, it's communal, so there's no reason for you not to come up here in summer for aperitifs and a sundowner. Wow, what an amazing apartment. What an amazing apartment. I'm really, I had a little bit more time, a little bit more money, I think I would make an offer on this. There we go, I don't. So all of those shutters that are closed, and all of those shutters that are closed, so it's quite big. And obviously being one of the first buildings next to the cathedral, it's probably from more or less that time. It's beautiful. So once again, a quick correction there. The cathedral was built between 1636 and 1687. So there might well have been some sort of building there, but the finished building probably won't have been built in that case till the late 1600s. So this is Grondola, which is like Grinardi, where my house is twin village, just the other side of the valley. The house we're looking at is this, which main entrance is here, this big door. It's a pretty little village, but this is the village where a lot of people emigrated to England and back, whereas in Grinardi a lot of people emigrated to France and back. So a lot of people here speak English, which is quite nice, and it's very full in summer as well. It's a very lively, active little village, but also still quite peaceful. So Union Jack flying there. I don't know if you can quite see it. So let's go and look at this house. Okay, well, the electricity's turned on, that's a start. So, use a lick of paint, but the plasterwork's actually in pretty good shape, as are the shutters. Again, it's just needs some paint. So, here we come. This seems to be the entryway. I've not been here before, obviously. So it's tiled with radiators, so we have heating and double glazed windows. And one of these traditional many different levels rather. Nice fireplace. So I'm guessing this is sort of living area, both of these. And look at that. That's really quite nice. So this is the other side, which I showed you as we came in. So the second entrance with a cellar access there, and a little terrace here. that comes out of the kitchen. So I know I'm getting boring with my usual, what would I use this for, but this looks like a lovely place to sit on the wall and have a drink and a sundowner. And again, all the walls, all the stonework's been done. So it's just the front bit that that's been plastered with need liquid paint. In the back, it all looks fabulous. I mean, the shutter's still, yes, but that's a Saturday afternoon job with a sander and a paintbrush. But a nice little terrace, big flags, and into the kitchen, which is completely functional. Everything is here. Even a 60s TV set. And out of the back of the kitchen, how useful, is a loo and a washing machine. So, and even that's got a radiator. This is an all mod cons house. And back up into the living room. So we go up the stairs, come up from the living room now, onto a hallway. It's quite a big house. It seems to be a very big house. Look, mosquito nets. Oh, there we go, the lights work. So we're sort of under roof level now, but it certainly feels like it's well insulated. We have the first bedroom here, which looks out onto the garden. Look at that, that's lovely. I wonder. Oh, better. No, from this side you can't see Grinardi. It's behind that house there. But look, this is a beautiful fig tree. So, and again, these mosquito nets, so you can sleep with the windows open, and an ensuite bathroom, no less. That shower room. So, all mod cons. This really is another. Just come and pop your clothes in the cupboards, and your tonic in the fridge. Another bedroom, all ready to go. Everything's ready to go, and they're all super light. And there's not even any real cracks or anything in the plasterwork. Oh, there is one there now that I've said it. Good to see one. So back down the hall, the main bathroom, bath and shower. And a big window, which is good, so you don't get the humidity. In fact, it has a little balcony. Loo, bidet, obviously. So, yeah, this could use perhaps some refreshing, but it's certainly usable. It's absolutely straight away usable. And over here to the third bedroom. And the third bedroom is also very big. And comes out onto this little balcony here above the road. So this is where we came in. The main entrance is directly below us, and the centre of the village is just there. And again, yeah, they've just taken some sunlight on the inside. They're perfect. So there's not much to do except paint. Oh, and you can go down here as well if you want to sneak out at night. Perfect for a teenager. There we go. Okay, so that's the main part of this house, the upstairs part. There's a loft trap up there, so there's access. This is about 150 square metres, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, the loo downstairs, 2 living rooms, kitchen. It's big and it's in excellent condition. You could repaint it, you could do whatever you want to do, you could just tile on top of the floors because there's plenty of height everywhere. So this, central heating. This is a big modern holiday home for a family. in a lovely little village. I'm going to get the drone out and take some pictures from up above so that you can see what the village looks like and where the house is as well. But first we're going to have a look at the cellars, of which there are apparently many. So there's that fig tree on the back of the house. It's quite a big structure. In fact, looks like you could make a terrace down here, quite a nice terrace under the fig tree. But then you've still got all of this garden here for whatever you want to do, above ground pool or whatever else. That's the neighbour's old privy. And even the doors down here have been redone and done properly. So there's this and that, and we'll start with this one. Okay, so as we go into this one here, they started to redo this, so the floor is stone, like my kitchen floor will be soon. And all of this has been jointed up, and they've put electrics in for the lights. So this is a taverna, not a cantina. This is where people would have drinks and party and eat in summer when it's very hot. There's water too. And it comes straight out into the back bit of the garden. So again, everything that's stone is part of this house. That's the neighbour's house there. But this garden here comes with the house all the way around and down to the bottom there. Well, it's really quite nice. I could definitely see a terrace there. Me and my terraces. Somewhere to sit outside and drink, and the stonework looks fabulous. They've even got a electrical connection there so that you can put some lights out. So if you had a smallish car, you could drive down here and park it here, which would be quite convenient to take all of your stuff inside. You could probably put a deck down there for a car, or even up here behind this house. I don't think the car would have to be that small. I mean, obviously not with a Range Rover, but you wouldn't get anywhere in a village with a Range Rover. You'd probably have to, well, I've driven through here with my Golf before, so I think my Golf would get down there, no problem. Okay, excellent. And the little area we saw from the start. So nice sized bit of land as well. Let me get my my drone in the air and take some pictures from above and show you where we are compared to where I am. Okay, so this is all the garden. We can walk back up here. We come round out to the top, so the garden needs a bit of love. So this house belonged to some people from Rome. It was a holiday home, and the husband died. They're quite old, so that's why it's for sale. It's 145,000 euros, all in, plus then obviously the solicitor's fees and the taxes on top. But you do get a lot of house for that, and although the tiles and things aren't personally my taste, it is a big, imperfect condition house. Here's another cellar of stuff, as always, but again, it's been looked after. You can see it's been looked after. Everything's clean and tidy. This isn't a house you'd have to worry about for a very long time. Nice sunny terrace. It's what time is it? It's 11:30ish now, so you'll get plenty of sun in the garden. Right, I'm going to get my drone and we'll have a fly around. So there we go, that's the third of 3 houses for today. I shall leave the email address at the bottom and the website, along with the details for these, and obviously you can go on the website and look at all of the others, and if anything's interesting then get in touch. And otherwise, I hope that's interesting for the price. So this is 145,000 euros for a ready-to-live-in house in a village just around the corner from where I bought mine, so a lovely place really. Okay, well, as you can see, I'm back up at the house. We've just come from over there. So let me know if that was interesting at all. Obviously, if you're interested in any of the houses, then get in touch. What can I say? We bought this now going on for 4 years ago, and I haven't regretted it 1 second so far. I love being here. I love the house. I love the region. I love the people, and I definitely love the food. So I can recommend it. It is the last little bit of untouched Tuscany. So there we go. But as I was saying, if this is interesting, then let me know, and I can do it every once in a while, every few months or so, maybe pop out and have a morning out with Elena and look at what she's got for sale. And if so, also let me know what's interesting, what else you'd like to see. You know, if it's big expensive houses or complete ruins or something in between, or just a mix like we did today. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I had a very interesting morning out. What precisions did Elena give me at the end? Most of the houses, in fact, everything we've seen today will be sold with all the furniture that was in it, except the last house, which will be sold with about 90% of the furniture in it. There's 1 or 2 things like a grandfather clock and what have you that will be taken out. Yeah, so other than that, all of the prices are in euros, and it's all sort of, so they're approximate square meters. Obviously, I'm not an estate agent. I'm just showing you around. Look on the website if you want more details, or write an email. Now, it's much easier to write Eleanor an email than to call her. She doesn't like speaking English on the phone, or French. If you speak perfect Italian, then obviously you can give her a call. Other than that, send her an email for the first point of contact, and she'll get straight back in touch with you. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching this. I hope you're all well. Take care, and bye-bye for now.